Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So the lighting is killing me a little bit right now. I'm getting some natural light coming in from this side, but I've also had to add my artificial light from this side because my face was looking two-dimensional. Now my face might be looking really two-dimensional, but I'm trying to contrast both sides of light and I don't know whether this is working. So as you can see, I've really moisturized up my face because I wanted the perfect base to test our new foundation today. So today we're reviewing the Faux Filter Luminous Matte Liquid Foundation. I do have the old one and I was gonna do like a left side versus right side, but I don't have the right shade in the old formula for my skin tone right now. I've had to pick a lighter shade because evidently I'm much paler and it's winter right now, there's snow outside. So I'm gonna list out the improvements to this formula versus the old formula. Fragrance free, no transfers, non-drying, super long wear, waterproof, sweat proof, vegan and non-comedogenic. And it's still meant to give that flawless filter effect. So what I can read from this, they haven't really changed, you know, the coverage, so it's still gonna be a full coverage foundation, which is great because these dark spots are really getting me. All I'm really gonna do today in this video is show you how I apply the foundation and what the foundation looks like on my skin, my first impressions, and also the finished look at the end so you can see. I'm really excited about this because the formula just seems to have improved in every single way possible. I didn't mind the fragrance because my skin isn't too sensitive to that, but I can imagine very frustrating for people who have sensitive skin to fragrance. So my thoughts on the original formula is that it's very full coverage, of course, and I'm not expecting that to change. My first impressions really were I could really smell it. Like that was definitely one of the first things that came to mind when I was using this formula, the old formula. I've picked up the shade Macchiato. So everything seems to be the same. It seems to be the same packaging, the same pump, the same bottle. Everything seems to be the same, it just seems to be the formula which has changed. So I just primed my face with the Kora Organics Noni Glow Oil and also my under eyes with the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Eye Base. Right now I'm in the shade of my room, but when, you know, like I'm putting it on, I'll show you like in natural sunlight and in shade and some artificial light. I'm not too sure how this is gonna go because I haven't really tried this shade before, but there's a few other girls that are my kind of shade, and I guess I do put a few pumps onto the hand. It's thick, I can already tell it's thick. I'll put 2 pumps on there, but we weren't expecting anything other than thick. It's Huda Beauty foundation. And a few people asked me how to color match. Right now it's a guessing game because we can't go into the stores. Just look at other girls that have a similar skin shade to you that you think, and you kind of go from trial and error. You're going to order a foundation, it's going to be too dark or too light, but then you move from there and you find your perfect shades. And then I think once you realize what your undertones are, what kind of look and finish you want, then you kind of play around and find your right shade. Okay, the moment of truth. That is full coverage. I like it. It seems to be still thick but not too thick. I'm not gonna lie, it does feel lighter and more smooth than the other formula, which is great. Definitely fragrance free. It's still got that little smell, but that must be just, you know, the smell of the products. Oh, I do really like it. Full coverage, and as you can see I did have some scarring and you can't see that. This is 2 pumps and I'm just gonna work with 2 pumps at the moment and just spread that around my face. I loved the Huda Beauty foundation, but I always mixed it with something like, I'm talking about the old formula, I always mixed it with something like MAC Face and Body just to give it a little bit of, you know, movement because it was a very thick formula. So we'll see how this one goes and see if I would still want to add, you know, something more liquid to that formula. So now we've applied this with a foundation brush, just gonna keep spreading that around. I'm also gonna put it on my lid. Let's go with the Beauty Blender. Just start tapping that in. It is very nice, full coverage. I do think the shade's good also for my skin tone right now, because it's not like, you know, when you sometimes put on foundation and it might match your cheek but it won't match your forehead. I think this is a good middle ground between the two. It definitely does feel still like thick. Okay, so I think we're good to go and we're blended. So this is what my skin is looking like in shadow artificial lighting. So let's move over into the sunlight, golden hour baby. Now this is how my skin's looking in the sunlight, in the natural sun, and it's very dewy. So I can see in the mirror here, it does look very nice. I do like it. Super dewy, although that could be due to my skin prep. And with those two pumps, I can still kind of see my natural skin imperfections underneath, which is fine with me because I don't really want it too cakey. So that's perfectly fine with me. So I think if you wanted a little bit more coverage, we could add a third pump and add it to here and here, which I'm gonna do right now. Then I'll go straight in with my beauty blender, just place that on my cheek area. Just areas where, you know, I need a little bit more coverage. That's with an added half pump on my cheek, and you can see that it has covered up this area very nicely. I think it's really good to be buildable. So now let's go and do the other side. But bear in mind, I did do 2 pumps the first time, so this is like a third pump, which I don't know what you guys think about the amount of pumps there, but that does seem quite a lot. But yeah, first impressions, I like it. I'll definitely be using this foundation. It was one of my faves anyway with the old formula, so this new formula, new and improved, even better. I really like the shade match that I've got with Macchiato, and after I've done like my highlight, contour, bronzer, everything like that, I feel like this is going to be the perfect base shade. I do feel like if I was to use a non-oil as my base, that could be a bit different. And it could be a bit more static, and I might need to use something like MAC Face and Body to add into that and to make it, you know, a little bit more workable. But with an oil base, it seems to be really good. So I'm gonna go and finish the rest of my makeup. I'll come back at the end and show you the finished look. Hey guys, so we're back, but of course the sun has moved. Pretty cute. It was a Lori Harvey inspired glam, a little fun tutorial on my TikTok. So yeah, this is what the foundation's looking like finished. But I hope you've enjoyed this review. I do want to say that it is a bit of a thick foundation, and recently I've not been too drawn towards thicker foundations. I've been more drawn towards, you know, more natural looking ones, but still giving me that coverage. I think I would next time have less of this foundation and mix in something like Face and Body, just to give it a bit more of that natural look and to, you know, break down that density a little bit more. But I do really like the finish, although as I said, when I was putting my concealer, everything on, I did find it a bit cakey as a base. But it depends what you like. If you asked me maybe a year ago, this would probably be my fave, but it's just recently I've been more drawn to, you know, thinner foundations, just more skin-like. But this is gorgeous, and it does give you the coverage if you want full coverage. I really hope you enjoyed this review and it helped you decide whether this foundation is for you or not, or helped you with any shades. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.